10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Seibel. Texas authorities are investigating a shooting that happened at a mall in Austin earlier today. Austin Police Department said officers responded to a shots fired call at 4:43 p.m. The shooting happened near the AMC Theater and Cheesecake Factory. According to authorities, the victim was taken to the hospital with minor, non-life-threatening injuries. Two others also sustained minor injuries from evacuating the mall, but they were not taken to the hospital. A suspect has not been taken into custody at this time. Police said this is an isolated incident and an investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information regarding that shooting is encouraged to contact the Austin Police Department. Floridians are bracing for a weather system that's expected to bring in tropical storm-like conditions to the state. The storm system is developing in the Gulf of Mexico as residents in Florida prep for wind, heavy rain, localized flooding, and coastal concerns. Governor Ron DeSantis activated the Florida State Guard ahead of the severe weather. The storms are forecast to ramp up around 4 this Saturday and continue until about 6 a.m. tomorrow. About 2 to 5 inches of rain and wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour is expected. Residents could be seen filling up sandbags to ready themselves for potential flooding. And tourists in the area say they hope the storms are not bad enough to delay their travel departures. Outraged families protesting in Israel after the Israeli military admitted it accidentally killed 3 hostages. The IDF releasing preliminary information on its investigation into the incident, which the Prime Minister has called an unbearable tragedy.
The Israeli military admitted to accidentally shooting and killing 3 Israeli hostages. According to the IDF's preliminary investigation, a soldier saw them as a threat and opened fire, killing 2 instantly. The 3rd man was injured and ran back into the building. Someone then cried help in Hebrew. The IDF then says the battalion commander ordered his troops to stop firing, but another burst was fired, killing the 3rd hostage.
We'll learn our lessons and we'll keep fighting Hamas. It's a very, very complex battle space. The IDF is doing everything we can. There's been multiple successes, and there will also be mistakes.
The men identified as 28-year-old Yotam Haim, 26-year-old Eilon Shamritz, and 22-year-old Sameir Talaki. IDF Lieutenant General Hatzi Halavi releasing a video statement saying the hostages did everything possible so Israeli troops would understand, being shirtless so they wouldn't be suspected of carrying explosive, and waving a white cloth. But he said tensions overcame the situation and admitted the shooting was against the rules of engagement, that is forbidden to shoot at someone who raises a white flag and seeks to surrender. Prime Minister Netanyahu calling the deaths an unbearable tragedy. More than 100 hostages were thought to remain in Gaza. Confirmation Saturday that another one was killed in Hamas captivity, 27-year-old Inbar Haman. She tried to run on October 7th, but was captured by Hamas terrorists on motorcycles at the Rim Music Festival. Meanwhile, in Khan Yunis, dozens gathering for an emotional funeral for Al Jazeera journalist Summer Abu Daqqa, who died from his injuries after an Israeli airstrike in southern Gaza. Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his heart is broken after learning that Israeli troops accidentally shot and killed those 3 hostages. He made those comments in a nationwide address to Israel today, but he indicated no change in Israel's military campaign against Hamas. In Gaza, black smoke rose over a neighborhood as heavy fighting continued today. Netanyahu said Israel mourns the death of the 3 hostages. Israeli military officials say the men were waving white flags and were shirtless when they were killed. Netanyahu says he's committed to dismantling Hamas and returning all the hostages.
It has broken my heart. It has broken the entire nation's heart. And we extend our deepest, deepest condolences to the families. But I would also like at these dark moments to strengthen the hearts of our soldiers. We are doing and will doing everything possible in order to save their lives. Each and every one of them is so dear to us, and we will use every mean possible so that they will not be hurt.
Israel says Hamas continues to hold 129 hostages in captivity. Here's your viewer poll this evening. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Did you expect the Israel conflict to last this long? Looks like 80% say yes and 20% say no. Thanks for voting. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. All right, we're going to talk weather on this Saturday night. Let's check in with Force Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining to see what your week will look like. Trey, it feels pretty pleasant out there.
Yeah, a little bit on the cool side. It was nice and cool today. Nice sunshine again today, and we'll have some tomorrow. Currently on the outside, we're looking at a quiet view, courtesy of the Quora ISD Weather Book camera. Temperatures around the region, in Victoria specifically, already down to 43 degrees. We'll be in the 30s before we wake up tomorrow morning early. And how long will this cool air last? What about rain chances coming back? I'm seeing that in the forecast. I'll let you know when that'll be a little bit later on in the newscast. Back to you, Adam.
Thank you, Trey. Crews in Aurora, Colorado were battling a second alarm fire in a building that was under construction. The fire department responded to the scene near the intersection of Colfax and Peoria this afternoon. Denver Fire said it also had crews on scene. Aurora police said the intersection had been shut down while crews work on the fire. More details surrounding that cause of the fire are still developing. Now overseas to Rome and that scandal that shocked the Vatican. A cardinal once considered a possible papal contender sentenced to more than 5 years in prison for embezzlement. The verdict handed down by a Vatican tribunal earlier today.
In what is called the Vatican's trial of the century, Cardinal Angelo Becciu, who formerly acted as Pope Francis's chief of staff, found guilty of embezzlement and fraud. The court sentencing him to 5.5 years in prison and fined some $8,700. He is now barred from holding any public office in the Vatican, once seen as a possible contender for the papacy. The 75-year-old now becoming the most senior Vatican official ever to be tried for financial crimes. The trial, lasting 2.5 years, included 86 hearings. Becciu, along with 9 other defendants, were accused of financial crimes, focusing on a property deal in London that cost more than $380 million, which ended in a huge loss for the Holy See. 8 defendants were convicted to prison sentences ranging from 3 years and 9 months to 7 years and 6 months. They deny any wrongdoing. Only one defendant, the Cardinal's former personal secretary, was acquitted. The sprawling case also included investigations into Vatican funds donated to a charity run by Becciu's brother and the payouts of almost $600,000 allegedly given to free a missionary nun kidnapped in Mali by Islamic militants. The Cardinal strongly denies any wrongdoing, his lawyers saying they will appeal the sentence. Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
Grab your cell phone, scan that QR code that you see on your screen. That allows you to download our free Crossroads Today app, which then lets you watch us anytime, anywhere, and get breaking news alerts and vote in our viewer polls. Learn about our ongoing contests right there on the app, and you can submit news tips and photos. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Stay with us. Coming up, the Riverside Dog Park, Riverside Bark, is now open.
Okay, let's take a look at the temperatures on the cool side. 40s pretty much everywhere you go. 50s along the immediate coast. And sunshine today. When does the rain return? I'll let you know coming up in the full forecast.
Here's a look at Community Crossroads this weekend. We first sit down with the Texas Zoo, followed by the Salvation Army of Victoria and Cayman Furniture. And then we celebrate Hanukkah with a rabbi from San Antonio, and we end with the Hunter Hadley Quest Foundation.
We didn't know who to call or where to go. My family, our friends, we were day and night trying to find resources and people to assist us to bring Hunter home.
The gas prices continue to fall in Victoria. AAA Texas reports the average gas price per gallon in Victoria is down $2.54 rather. That's 18 cents lower than it was a month ago and almost $2 less per gallon than the all-time Victoria record set in June of last year. AAA reports the main reasons for the price drop are lower demand and a low cost for oil. The dog park at Riverside Park, also known as Riverside Bark, is now open. It's between the Texas Zoo and the Pump House. This is our Skyview 25 footage over the new park. The park has dog agility equipment, dog drinking fountains, disposable bag stations, and a smaller fenced-off area for unruly dogs who need some time out. All dogs must be vaccinated and in good health. And for your four-legged friend on a leash as you enter the park. And there's also the duck pond that's also open. So there's a lot going on at the Riverside Park here in Victoria. The decorative water fountains have LED lighting, a floating fishing pier, and a gazebo. The duck pond closed in 2018 due to structural damage caused by erosion and Hurricane Harvey. The updated design will prevent erosion, and there's now a new retaining wall. There's a floating fishing pier, but no fishing right now. The city is stocking the pond. A $631,000 grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife helped cover the cost of rebuilding that duck pond. Now to Maui Strong. 4 months after those devastating wildfires tore through the island, the heart of Lahaina has reopened.
Music on Maui is culture and history and community all wrapped into what's called mele.
I almost don't want to use the word therapeutic, but that's probably a good word. It's a way to minister to other people, to assist them in bringing people together, to share in joys, to share in sadness.
For 4 months, sadness has swept across the island after fires devastated West Maui. Lost in the disaster, Lahaina Music, Jason and Vanya Jerome's music store.
All my personal instruments were in the store when it burned. That was all gone.
Fueled by donations and the aloha spirit, the Jeromes are still playing, joining others striving to keep music on Maui alive. This weekend, Free Guitars for Kids delivering nearly 200 instruments to the island.
We're not just giving somebody something, we're actually doing it through relationships.
The organization teaming up with touring artist and longtime Hawaii resident Ron Ortiz II, handing out guitars and ukuleles to kids, many who lost everything when their homes burned.
I lost a guitar, 2 ukuleles, a drum, and piano.
We want to give you something that can help with your journey and help keep music, that fire of music, in your life.
With the guitar, Ortiz II showing the kids the beauty of that fire and the healing strength of mele.
Now to the death of Matthew Perry and what an autopsy report has revealed about the cause of his death.
This morning, the cause of actor Matthew Perry's death now revealed. An autopsy showing the 54-year-old Friends star died of acute effects of the drug ketamine. His manner of death ruled an accident after the LA County Medical Examiner says he likely fell unconscious and then slipped underwater in his hot tub. According to the report, he had high levels of ketamine in his blood, with Perry reported to be receiving ketamine infusion therapy for depression and anxiety.
The acute effects of ketamine can include a lower heart rate, lower blood pressure. People can stop breathing. They can have seizures. They can have a coma. And if you're in a body of water and this happens, you can drown.
Ketamine is a common anesthetic that can be used to treat treatment-resistant depression. When used recreationally, it can create euphoric and psychedelic effects. However, an investigation concluded the ketamine did not come from the infusion therapy, as his last treatment was a week and a half before his death, and the drug clears the system in a few hours. Perry has been vocal about his struggles with drug addiction, telling our Diane Sawyer the worst of it was when he took 55 Vicodin tablets a day. His career spanning decades.
I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?
Before his death, trying to use his fame to help others in his memoir.
Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone.
The medical examiner also says heart disease contributed to his death, along with buprenorphine, an FDA-approved medication that was in his system but was not the immediate cause of Perry's death. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrain will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise, and you can submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Temperatures currently in the 40s area-wise, 50s along the immediate coast. So it's going to be a rather chilly night tonight. What about tomorrow? And the rain chances coming up for next week. We cover it all coming up. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Trey Mining here. Take a look at the temperatures. We'll start off currently in the 40s and 50s along the immediate coast. And, well, let's see, my data just left there, but we'll be in the 30s, upper 30s by the time we wake up early tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. Not expecting a freeze anywhere around the Crossroads area coming up for tonight, but bring those plants in just in case some of the areas north of Cuero may get close to that. So it just better be on the safe side, of course. Clear skies, that's what's aiding in the radiational cooling. Clear skies, of course, dry conditions, low humidity, allow those heat gain during the day to radiate back into space and cause those temperatures to be on the cool side currently now and will be tomorrow morning. The front from yesterday is way off in Louisiana headed toward Florida. And for us here, high pressure is digging in, giving us northerly winds and giving us some nice conditions, of course, today. Beautiful sunshine again for your day tomorrow, another sunny day. So clouds begin to gather out west. This is the forerunner of the next storm that's currently along the west coast of the United States. You see it right here. But first of all, we're here under the high pressure ridge extending into Texas, keeping our conditions rather calm and cool. Frontal zone way out there in the eastern parts of the country and the Gulf of Mexico, and that subtropical storm, not really tropical in nature, not like a hurricane or anything like that, but kind of has some characteristics of a continental storm and a tropical storm kind of mixed in all together, causing the conditions around Florida to be rather rainy and stormy. Of course, you could have some coastal flooding in around the areas near Tampa, St. Petersburg. That's moving to the east with time what the whole system is, and they'll gradually begin to clear out coming up for your day on Sunday into Monday. High pressure still ridging in for the next couple of days. Finally beginning to break down a little bit, allowing this storm here to be in our neighborhood coming up by the end of next week, raising the rain chances again for us. Not seeing any real cold air headed our way anytime soon, so keeping it pretty much on the mild side. A little bit cool tomorrow morning, and then the temperatures will rise again throughout the majority of next week. And for your forecast for Port Lavaca, waking up tomorrow morning with lows in the 40s, 60s or so, and near 70 for the daytime high, coming up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And moving on up to Cuero, we see temperatures there in the 30s. Lows probably upper 30s in Cuero itself, 60s or so, near 70 degrees by the time we get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, with sunny to partly cloudy skies. It'll be a pretty nice day. And now in Victoria, we see northerly winds, lows near 39 degrees, sunny conditions by the afternoon time, near 70 by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. An extended forecast for us looking pretty good. No problems there, and nice part of the first part of the week. Then here comes the rain chances approaching us from the west, coming in Thursday, Friday, into Saturday, with good rain chances by then. Temperature is pretty much mild for this time of year. The 60s and 70s were highs, lows in the 40s and 50s throughout the entire forecast period. So get out there and enjoy it. And check this out right here. This is the QR code. Get your smartphone, scan the code. They'll take you to their webpage. You can download the app and be connected with us. News, weather, and sports, all at your fingertips. Very easy and free of charge. Back to you, Adam.
All right, thanks, Trey. Stay with us. Your sports are up next. In Kansas, the pressure is on next season for a middle school basketball player after she hit a half-court game-winning shot to end this season. Now the 12-year-old reflects on her first championship game as a rising star. Janae Hancock has more from that star and her parents.
A moment that will forever replay in Lucy Zimmerman's head. This is the incredible shot that she made Thursday night as the girls basketball team at Mission Trail Middle School faced their rival, Prairie Trail.
It was 27-25 and 5 seconds left on the clock.
At the buzzer, Lucy and her team brought home the city championship for the third consecutive year.
Just draw up a play. I can make the shot. I can do it.
That is what Lucy told her coaches ahead of the big play, marking her second half-court game-winning shot this season and a remarkable end to her first year on the team.
We always tell her that as long as she plays hard with a good attitude and is a good teammate, we can live with the results.
The shot may have won the game, but Lucy's confidence won the support of so many in the community.
As I watched her walk in, there's all these dads and they're high-fiving her and cheering for her.
An accomplishment Lucy says she'll never forget.
I just made this shot. Like, we won city. Like, I couldn't have done it without my teammates.
It's exciting. And her parents, who are now describing how they felt the moment the ball went in.
Proud.
Unbelievable.
I was proud that she was willing to take that shot and brave enough to take that shot, no matter if it went in or not.
Now Lucy says she's preparing for the pressure that will come next season.
I know all the other teams will definitely be out for blood against our team and really want revenge, and so I need to be ready for that.
It's one of the most dangerous sports in the world, and a little boy is giving it a try. The 6-year-old is set to participate in a bull riding competition this weekend in Kentucky.
Do you think a lot of people are going to watch you bull ride tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you excited for that?
At the age of 6, many of us are still concerned about coloring inside the lines. But that's not the case for Josiah Flora, who's ready for a new challenge after competing in mutton bussin', barrel racing, goat tying, and more rodeo events since the age of 5.
I have 2 trophies from that.
Josiah's mom described him as having a love and respect for the sport and said he was hooked from the minute he watched his first rodeo. After seeing his cousin compete in a bull riding competition, Josiah decided it was time to try it out and explained what gives him the bravery to ride atop a bull.
I have confidence in my heart, and I know God is with me, so I have confidence.
This will be Josiah's second time participating in a bull riding competition.
Keep it here. Coming up, a unique group of paddleboarders hit the waters of Lake Washington to bring Christmas joy to drivers and raise money for a good cause. Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus, so you can stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus. A unique group of paddleboarders hit the waters of Lake Washington Friday morning to bring Christmas joy to drivers and raise money for a good cause. The Paddling Santas, one Buddy the Elf and the Grinch, launched from the shores of Mercer Island near Interstate 90 and headed west. It was part of Santa Paddle Week, organized by the Northwest Paddle community up there in Washington State. The event is to raise money to help people fighting cancer during the holidays. The group says it's been a holiday tradition for nearly a decade. All money raised is given to families or individuals to help in their fight against cancer. By Friday afternoon, nearly $4,500 had been raised. Well, that's cool. A fun.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Santa can be anywhere he wants to be.
Yeah, so he's spreading joy to everyone. I don't ever want to leave anyone out, especially those.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Spreading joy and making sure everyone's included. That's a really cool story.
It touched my heart.
Yes.
I got a little tear in my eye.
Yes. And you know, it's probably pretty cold up there, too.
I would say so. Way up there in Washington State, of course, and it's a little chilly down here in South Texas currently. Temperature is in the 40s. We'll have a nice sunny day again tomorrow for your sunny Sunday. 68 degrees for the high. That'll keep that trend going through Monday and Tuesday. Increasing clouds by windy Thursday with rain chances coming in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with the next front moving on through by then. Pretty mild overall with temperatures and the highs in the 60s and 70s throughout the entire 7-day period. Lows a little bit on the chilly side of 40s and 50s coming up in the next several days. Get out and enjoy the sunshine for your day tomorrow like you did today.
All right. Well, that looks good. Thank you, Trey. And we hope you will be right back here tomorrow with us for 25 News Now at 5:30 on Sundays and then again at 10.